is spinning over you. I think I'm losing my defenses. And when I'm standing next to you, I feel the failure of my senses. You keep me locked under your spell. I think I'm losing my direction. And when I hear
Since you barged in, don't even think about begging for mercy.
Last night.
My head hurts so much.
That woman from last night, forget it. It was just an accident.
Coming through! Pizza delivery!
3 minutes and 20 seconds left. Any later and the texture will be off.
Got it, little alarm clock. Hey, old man. Donuts are $2 each. If you don't have money, don't press your face against the glass.
I'm feeling dizzy. Give me one first. My son will come pay later.
I've seen this trick before. No money, get lost.
Ugh.
What are you pushing him for? Can't you see he's dizzy? Your pizza order. And one more donut. Sir, if you're not feeling well, have something to eat first.
Grandpa, if you have low blood sugar, have a lollipop.
That look, that face. It's exactly like that brat Alexander when he was little.
Mom, the next delivery order is about to be late.
Kind lady, could you give me a lift? I live just 2 blocks ahead.
All right, get in. I'm heading that way anyway.
Young lady, what's your name? You're so kind and beautiful, and your son is handsome. Your husband must be an exceptional man, right?
My name is Chloe. I'm a single mom, raising my child alone.
In that case, I have a son who's not married yet. Would you like to meet him?
Sir, don't joke around. I work 2 jobs every day. I don't have time for dating. We're here.
If you want me to,
Take care of yourself, sir. If you need help, give me a call.
and sit next to you.
Chloe Wood. What a wonderful girl.
Dad, you ditched your security detail and ran off alone again. A young lady just helped me. She had a boy with her who looks exactly like you did as a child. They are the daughter-in-law and grandson I've decided on. Dad, what nonsense are you talking? You want me to marry a woman with a child?
You're the one who finds marriage and kids too often anyway. Just marry her, get one and get one free, become a dad instantly. Dad, if you don't marry her, I'll for 30% of the group's voto trites to those board those old on the board who want to kick you out. You know I'll do it, Alexander. Hello, Chloe. Hello? It's that uncle from earlier. I'm feeling a tightness in my chest. Can you come over?
Dad, stop acting. She's a pizza delivery person. Why would she care about you?
It's at the corner cafe. Okay. I'll wait for you. I'll see you soon. She's coming right away.
Impossible.
Uncle, what's wrong? Where do you feel unwell?
Oh my, Kenyu has cured me. This is my son Alexander. When you just gallied him, I gave you 3 billos, guide $10. Don't just stand there. Propose.
Sorry, my father has a bit of dementia and always fantasies that our family rich. I drew my apartment, my cards yet, and I just got laid off month.
Who are you calling senile?
Play along.
It's okay, you can find another job. When I first gave birth to Leo, I was so poor I couldn't even pay rent.
Is she comforting me?
Uncle, the watch you're wearing looks expensive.
It's fake. A knockoff, $50.
Knockoffs don't use sapphire crystal for the watch face. Only high-end mechanical watches do that. You wouldn't even buy Grandpa a $2 donut, but you're wearing a very expensive watch.
How old are you?
You haven't answered my question.
I bought this watch a long time ago.
Then if you have no money now, why don't you sell it?
Well,
This kid not only looks like me, but his personality's like mine too. And this woman gives me a very familiar feeling too. Could it really be?
5 years ago at the Angel Hotel.
5 years ago at the Angel Hotel.
Uncle, I need to take this call.
Kid, who's your father?
My mommy says he's a superhero. He's very tall, looks like a king in a suit, and lives in a castle with a fountain.
Seems your mommy is good at making up fairy tales.
But mommy also said the superhero sacrificed himself, saving the world.
You bastard! You know perfectly well how hard it's been for Chloe, raising the kid alone, and you ask such nonsense.
Dead? Looks like I was being overly suspicious. It couldn't have been this woman 5 years ago.
Landlord, I'll definitely get the rent together tonight. Please don't kick us out. I can marry you. The condition is, give me $300,000.
Finally, she said it. As expected, money is her real goal. Do you think you're worth $300,000?
Shut up! $300,000 it is. No problem.
Uncle, thank you.
No need for thanks. We're family from now on. Come on, let's go register right now.
So, we're married now?
Now, let's get this straight.
What?
From today on, you are only my wife in name. Don't even think about getting another cent from me.
This is an IUU for $300,000. I'll pay you back in installments, including bank interest.
Do you plan to pay it back until the next century?
Uncle, my mommy never lies. To save money, she only sleeps 4 hours a day. The rest of the time, she's sketching designs.
Leo, stop. I just got a great interview opportunity. If it goes well, I can pay you back soon.
Could I have misunderstood her? Fine. Since you want to pay it back, I'll take it. Here, put your number in.
Huh?
To deal with my dad in the future, I need to be able to reach you. President, this document needs your immediate signature.
President?
What are you doing?
Don't move. My boss has a weird temper and loves watching his employees show affection.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your...
Alexander, is this the wife your family arranged for you? Yes, President.
Wait a minute, he just called you president, and you called him president. You two?
Honey, he's the president. I'm just his personal driver. He has this quirk. He likes role-playing, so he usually calls me president.
Rich people in New York have really disgusting hobbies.
Alexander is my best driver. Honest, just broke. Since you're married now, make it work.
Mommy, that president guy is a bit strange.
How so?
The way that president talks to Uncle Alexander doesn't sound like a boss talking to an assistant.
It's none of our business. Mommy will take you home first. You wait at home nicely for Mommy to come back from the interview.
Okay.
President, to be honest, your acting was a bit over the top.
Shut up. Go check her background.
Understood. Where to now?
To the company. There's a submitted work that's stunning. I want to meet the person myself.
Yes.
Uncle Alexander, you're definitely lying. I'm going to expose you.
Have you heard? The head of the Walker Group might come in person today. You mean that business prodigy who swallowed half of Wall Street in just 3 years? Doesn't he rarely show his face? I heard he's still single. If you could marry him, wouldn't that be a direct ticket into high society? But how come I heard he seems to be married? Oh, Miss Stewart, it's truly an honor for Alara to have you here.
Megan, is this your screening Bowdrent? Thou'st even make it onto the Mantia list, Elira turning to an Amsers. Miss Stewart is right. Hey, you didn't come to apply for a cleaning job and get the wrong floor, did you? She'd probably be tossed out like garbage by the bodyguards before she even got close. Chloe, you even dropped out of school to have that child back then. Mr. Walker hates women who don't respect themselves the most. You'll only dirty his eyes if you go in. I'm here to interview as a designer, not to sell myself. And you? What do you have besides that check and a body full of brand names?
All right, enough arguing. The president has arrived. Now let's split into groups for the interviews.
Boss, here's the summary of the first batch of interview.
It's her? Go to the surveillance room. Yes.
Why do I feel like someone is watching me? An illusion?
You're the first group. We'll start screening the portfolios now.
Whose work is this?
It's mine.
Miss Chloe, your cutting concept is very avant-garde. There's no need to look at the others. I declare...
I object. Alora must never hire a despicable thief. Marker, you've been deceived by her descent. Did design such is clearly Cronard Hafnum draft.
Vivian, you eat you want whatever, but you can't just say whatever you want.
Just say whatever I want? Everyone, look. Chloe, admit it. What right does a pathetic parasite like you, who steals inspiration, have to sit in an interview seat at Alora?
Miss Chloe, how do you explain this?
It's a setup. Every iteration of my sketches is on my old computer. That was 3 years ago. 3 years ago! Directors, do you know what this designer has been doing for the past 3 years? Her only creation in these 3 years is that little bastard with an unknown father. And her profession is delivering pizza in a smelly raincoat.
Delivering pizza?
Exactly. A dropout, poor single mother suddenly produces a top-leave haute couture sketch and accuses me, an heir of the Stewart family, of plagiarizing her? Do you think that makes any logical sense? I dropped out to raise my son, but I practiced tailoring every single night. This sketch is the result of countless late nights at my desk.
Miss Chloe, Alara is a company that values professional background. Your current social status is completely disconnected from haute couture design.
On one side, a professional designer backed by family credibility. On the other, a laborer from the bottom with broken resume. Chloe, the contrast is just too sharp.
Just because I'm poor, does that mean my talent must be stolen?
Exactly. Poverty itself is an original sin. What do you have to fight me with?
I suggest her interview qualification be revoked immediately, and she be blacklisted from the industry.
I hereby announced that Chloe is suspected of plagiarism and will never...
Wait!
Since Vivian claims the design is hers, Vivian must know every detail of the stitching technique. I'll recreate it on the stand. If Vivian can produce the same craftsmanship, I'll admit guilt. Are you insane? This is a haute couture interview, not a circus. This is the double thread backstitch. No stitch marks are visible on the front.
There really are no stitch marks on the front.
Can you demonstrate the same stitch? I use computer-aided design. I don't need to know the stitches.
Then at least you should know how many layers this petal has.
Mrs. Vivian?
I can't remember clearly.
What do they want now?
Chloe, stop your performance. What?
After further verification, the Stewart family has provided a complete creative log. Your practical demonstration proves nothing. The interview is not passed, and you are permanently disqualified.
Vivian doesn't even know the stitches. You saw it with your own eyes.
You, a poor person from the bottom of society, whatever you desperately create, if I want it, it's mine.
She even demonstrated the stitching technique on the spot. Are these people blind?
That useless Vivian couldn't even explain the number of layers. On what grounds did they rule that Chloe splackshized? The interviewers took bribes from the Stewart family. The security guards are about to throw Miss Chloe out. Let them dare lay a find on Chloe. Ilara hopos my deest acquisition target. Jesse Balstais her dern until a Chenli giant alaji di. Let's go. I'm going there myself. If anyone dares say another word against Chloe, I'll make sure they disappear from the fashion industry for life.
Chloe, if you don't leave now, we'll call the police.
Call the police? Fine. Let the police investigate whether you've accepted bribes. Security! Drag this crazy woman out!
Stop!
I'm sorry, It's you? President, what brings you here in person?
President, sorry you had to see such a chaotic scene.
You're not a driver? You're really the president? You've been lying to me all along?
Chloe, you should learn to listen to people's full titles.
President, it seems the interviewers, because I walked in first, mistakenly directed the respect meant for you onto me, your assistant.
Alora's management indeed needs an overhaul. They can't even recognize who signs their paychecks.
I'm sorry. The company was just acquired. We haven't had the chance to meet the president yet. So you are the real president of Walker Group. This Chloe not only stole my designs, but also tried to seduce your assistant.
Alexander, what's your take?
President, I just retrieved the surveillance footage. Miss Chloe's stitching technique is indeed a classic heritage. Miss Stewart's evidence cannot withstand scrutiny by a professional institution.
The kickback from the Stewart family has already been deposited into your accounts, hasn't it?
President, we had a momentary lapsus in judgment.
Both of you, get out of the company now. The legal department will follow up on your bribery records. Miss Chloe, the company has verified the truth. Alara formally invites you to join.
President, what about me?
Miss Stewart, you are suspected of fraud and bribery. Alara will permanently blacklock the Stewart family. Please leave.
What? Leo isn't feeling well? I'll be right back.
I'll drive you.
Miss Chloe, it's a good thing you brought him in time. The child just has acute dehydration, and he's stable now.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Daddy?
Thank you for today. If it weren't for you, I really wouldn't have known what to do.
It was nothing. I'm the Walker CEO's assistant. Efficiency is a basic skill.
Thank you for clearing my name at the company earlier. But how does an assistant have more authority than the CEO?
I once saved the Walker CEO's life. He's sentimental, so he gave me this job driving the Maybach and allows me to act like I have his authority on certain occasions. Honestly, aside from this suit, my pockets are emptier than my face.
I see. No wonder you said you couldn't even pay rent before.
Yeah, rent in New York is too expensive. I was planning to store my luggage next week and sleep in the company lounge.
Since we're already legally married, if you don't mind, you can move in here.
That might not be appropriate.
Right. I was being presumptuous. What's wrong?
I just went home and found my landlord had thrown my luggage out. But B-Man needs Sorsnan Kiter the CEOs tomorrow. I've decided to Zansri humble myself and Jerry need a sofa. This shower head looks like a rusty sunflower.
Chloe? Why did the water stop?
Oh no. The old pipes in this crappy apartment burst. The whole building is shut off for repairs.
I'm covered in soap, and you're telling me the water's off?
What was that?
Ah! Chloe! There's a mouse! Help!
You're a grown man, and you're scared of a mouse?
Ah! 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 Ah!
Alexander! Your towel!
Get rid of it.
The mouse is already gone. You should pick up your towel first.
I'm picking it up. Still laughing at me?
Eat up, calm your nerves. Remember to mop the bathroom floor after you're done.
This pasta, what did you put in it?
A little secret recipe, plus a bit of survival wisdom from the poor.
Did you burn yourself cooking for me?
Just a small injury.
Chloe, look at me. From now on, you don't need to do this kind of rough work yourself.
Not do it myself? Are you going to support me?
What if I said I really would support you?
Uncle, if you want to confess your feelings, the atmosphere right now is missing a bouquet of flowers and a black card with unlimited credit.
That's strange. There's a designated order to deliver a custom gown to the Rose Club. The bounty is $2,000.
Mommy, that sounds a bit dangerous.
Who placed the order?
Anonymous. But $2,000 is enough for half a month of Leo's nutrition expenses. I have to go.
I'm coming with you.
Oh, you're really efficient. Chloe, it seems you'll do anything for money. Vivian, was it you who placed the order? What do you want? To teach you a little lesson, of course. Chloe! What you delivered is actually defective. This dress is worth $500,000. You ruined my haute couture. If you don't pay up today, don't even think about walking out that door! You tore it yourself. It was perfectly fine when I delivered it.
Who saw it? The surveillance is broken. The only witnesses are us. No money to pay? Fine. Kneel down and lick my shoes clean. I might consider giving you a discount. Well, a stinking driver wearing a Vercain Constain, and it's the missing unique piece from the Art Masters auction last year. Chloe, your little fling is quite the actor.
Using such cheap knockoffs to put on airs is really laughable. Hey, little assistant, take off your fake watch to pay off the debt. Maybe it's worth $5. Whether it's fake or not is not for you to judge. $500,000, right? Vivian, aren't you afraid of losing face for the Stewart family when word gets out about this self-directed extortion scheme of yours?
Enough nonsense. Either pay $500,000 or I'll call the police and report you for destroying valuable property. I hate poor bastards like you who put on airs the most. Even faking a fall requires core strength. You're completely weak. Grab them! $500,000, right? I can give it.
Alexander,
Where would you get that kind of money?
But Charles, some money, once taken, will have to be repaid with your entire family. 500,000? You couldn't even scrape that together if you sold both your kidneys. Don't try to act rich here. Take out your payment card. Fine. Let's see how you conjure up 500,000.
Why does the payer say Walker Group? Who are you?
Did you embezzle company funds?
This is an emergency card our president gave me. I've drawn an advance on 10 years of my salary. The money is here. Shut your mouth. So you're just a fool who signed a 10-year indelid servitude contract.
2 pompons. Don't dirty my eyes.
Hold the money tight. I hope you won't regret this. Get lost.
Are you insane? That's 500,000. You're using 10 years of your salary to fill this hole? How are you going to live the rest of your life?
Don't worry. I never make a bad deal.
And you can still smile. That's the Walker Group's money. What if your president holds you accountable?
He won't. Because Charles won't be able to spend a single cent of that money. We'll go to the top floor later and drink the most expensive champagne. After all, that poor driver is paying for it.
Chloe must be crying in that driver's arms right now.
Are you fucking blind? Can you even afford to pay for the damage to my suit? Oh my god, this is the Walker President's Family's Mont Blanc Heritage Limited Edition. The cap is insayed with a 3-carat diamond. The auction price was $800,000 US.
What kind of lousy pen is this? It's just a cheap knockoff. Don't try to scam me.
Is this that $800,000 limited edition pen? The one auctioned at Sotheby's last year?
800,000? How is that possible?
The surveillance footage is crystal clear. You damaged a treasure of the Walker family. If you don't compensate immediately, the legal department of the Walker Group will initiate an asset liquidation of the Stewart family within 5 minutes.
800,000. I just got my hands on 500,000, and it's not even warm yet.
Return all the bags you just bought. And your necklace. Hand it over now.
You gave that to me. Why should I pay for it? You're the one who wasn't watching where you were going.
Hurry up. Otherwise, my dad will break my legs. $500,000 has already been transferred. Take all this as collateral. Is that enough?
Get out.
Alexander, look at Charles. He looks scared out of his wits. That's so satisfying.
Now that you've vented your anger, let's go home. Leo must be getting hungry.
Ouch. No need, I can do it myself. You must be exhausted today, too.
Don't move. I made you suffer today.
Alexander, be honest with me. That executive card of yours, is it really just an advance on your salary, that simple?
Chloe, if I actually had money, what would you do?
My dad lied to my mom for a lifetime, all for money. In the end, when he ran off with the funds, he didn't even leave behind the money that could have saved her life. What I hate most in this life is deception. If you think you can make a fool out of me just because you have money, then we'll go get a divorce tomorrow.
What I mean is, I actually have some private savings I haven't told you about. A few $100s, enough for us to have a nice dinner tomorrow night.
That's good then. Go take a shower.
Chloe, what do you want to eat tomorrow night? I booked a table at a...
Alexander, explain this to me. Why is such an expensive piece of jewelry in your pocket? This piece of jewelry looks exceptionally high quality. Where did you get it?
Oh no, this is the Walker family heirloom, the Heart of Satan. I was planning to give it to Chloe when the time was right. I never expected it to be discovered early. Ouch, honey, this is a cheap knockoff.
A cheap knockoff?
I bought this high-quality fake from a street vendor for $50.
$50? The craftsmanship? Are street vendor knockoffs these advanced now?
Technology is so advanced these days. It's just synthetic glass. If I really had $1,600,000, would I have just been humiliated by Charles?
I thought you might have stolen it. Why did you buy it back?
Because I think it would look beautiful on you. Chloe, do you know how captivating you look when you're serious?
Mom!
I need to check on Leo. You should get some sleep. I have to report back to Alara tomorrow.
Chloe, soon, I'll make sure you wear this real gemstone with all the honor it deserves.
Vivian? You're not welcome here. Chloe, the one who's not welcome here is you. Forgot to tell you. My uncle just acquired 15% of Alara's shares. From now on, I'm the creative special envoy here. Capital Games can't save people without talent. These are all the old case renovations for the entire team this year. I saw Worfit Seimless has full rescation Shack Tweets into New York Ishwalweek. All the sign to you.
That's at least half a week's workload. Isn't this obviously bullying?
Alara doesn't keep idle people, but I'm not your slave. I'm going to see President Kevin. Going to tattle? You'd better think carefully. With just one word from my uncle, your poor husband will be fired within 5 minutes. I heard he just got a 10-year salary advance. Once he's fired, how'll he repay that debt? Then your whole family, including that self-batted, will be begging on the streets. Fine, I'll do it. But remember, stay away from him.
It's okay, Chloe. As long as Alexander's job is secure, it's worth it no matter how tired I am.
President, Madam hasn't come home yet. It's already 10 o'clock. Is she working overtime? Vivian brought in investors from her uncle and dumped the entire department's rejected drafts on Madam to rework. She also threatened that if you don't behave, she'll make you, the stinking driver, disappear for good. Kevin, go check out that uncle. See how powerful he really is. Silly girl. Are you really willing to risk your life just to keep my job?
Alexander, don't worry. I can handle it. Alexander, how did I get here?
I just wanchwell overtime for my boss and saw you hadn't come back yet, so I came to pick you up from your company. You're sleeping like a little pig, so I didn't wake you.
Thank you for your trouble.
Chloe, why don't you quit your job? My eccentric boss suddenly had a change of heart recently and gave me a huge bonus. I can more than afford to take care of you.
No way. Your boss is so unpredictable. What if you get fired someday? I need to be your backup. If you lose your job, I can still support you and Leo.
So you're saying I've found myself an amazing sugar mama?
You better believe it, so you better treat me well.
Chloe, if anyone threatens you again, remember to tell me.
You're just a driver. What can you do? Don't be impotent. I'll handle it.
Trust me, in this world, no one can make me disappear, and certainly no one can bully you.
That's your reward. Now drive.
Chloe, who gave you permission to touch the drafts on my desk? Don't think a single edit can make you fly. See this bag? Even if you worked for 100 years, you couldn't afford a single clap. Stinking driver. Stay away from my bag. Ah! My Birkin! second! There's a real silk scarf inside! This is a limited edition!
Oh, sorry. Your bag looks just like a recycling bin.
You call it a VIN? You low-life trash earning $3,000 a month? Are you gonna pay with your life? Do you believe I can make you leave New York today?
Plastic bags from the supermarket cost about that much. Keep the change. Let's go, boss.
You two eat more. I'm on a diet recently, eating these vegetables to cleanse my system.
Kevin, tomorrow, send a special contra bonus to Elora in the name of anonymous sponsorship.
President, that's too obvious. Madam will be suspicious.
Then find an excuse. I don't care how you do it. I don't want to see her eating those damn discounted vegetables anymore. Everyone, I have some great news. An anonymous senior partner at the Walker Group, while reviewing discarded frolves last night, was immediately captivated by the design revised Miss Chloe.
Discarded drafts? That's trash from the bin. President Kevin, are you sure you haven't made a mistake?
The partner believes it's a stroke of genius. For this, they have specially approved a $600,000 innovation bonus. It will be transferred immediately. Additionally, this is a top clear pass to the New York Art Gala. There are only 10 spots in all of New York. The partner specifically requested your attendance.
Alexander, I won the prize! $600,000! We can pay off all our debts now. You won't have to put up with that grumpy boss anymore.
Oh? Looks like I'm lucky to have found such a prosperous benefactor.
Let's go to the supermarket tonight. I'm gonna buy the entire row of the most expensive organic blueberries for Leo.
No problem. We can buy the whole supermarket if you want.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too.
Chloe, so what if you got the bonus? Trash will always be trash. A fatherless bastard, even in designer clothes, still reeks of poverty. You can target me, but if you dare lay a finger on my son, I'll make sure you never speak again. You dare hit me? I'm calling the police! Go ahead, and while you're at it, have them check who was driving dangerously in the parking lot and scaring a minor.
Oh my. My friend moved, and nobody wanted these things, so I just dropped by to give them to my dear daughter-in-law and grandson.
Old man, are you trying to blow my cover even faster?
Alexander, is your dad's friend a bit too wealthy? This car looks like the latest model Rolls-Royce.
Daughter-in-law, don't be fooled. That car is fake. It still has manual windows inside.
Dad, your friend even gave you a Quanjo limited edition Bows Like Dare?
That's fake too. My friend just to put on a show with knockoffs.
Right. His friend provides props for film crews.
Uncle Alexander, would a film crew nowadays really be so meticulous as to provide a Walker Family Trust Fund certificate with your name on it for every plastic toy?
The Walker family? Alexander, how many more props do you have that you haven't explained?
Oh dear, I have some business to attend to. Goodbye, daughter-in-law. Goodbye, grandson.
Chloe, do you really think if I were that Walker, I'd be living with you in this leaky apartment?
Then how do you explain this certificate?
Uncle, on this Fanthry Shrayman is even more than the real.
With today's counterfeiting technology, those who don't know can't tell the difference. All right, enough studying these scraps of paper. You still need to wear something decent to tomorrow's banquet.
Alexander, this dress is so beautiful. Can I really wear it?
Of course. In this world, only you can bring out its beauty. Chloe, may I kiss you?
If you keep going, the enzymes in your saliva might stain Mommy's expensive dress.
Leo, can't you go back to your room and play with your Legos?
I'm doing this for your own good. Since it's a knockoff dress, the quality is questionable. Also, Uncle Alexander, your heart rate is so fast you might need an ambulance.
Do you know who my uncle is? Maywarniwick Hubgard? How dare you put me in the back row?
Sorry, ma'am. The front row tonight is reserved for invited, genuine celebrities.
Alexander, this car is too much.
It's a company test car. Tonight, I'm just a free driver. Go in by yourself tonight. You are Chloe, not anyone's accessory.
Who is that? I haven't seen her on any socialite list.
Look at her brooch. The cut is exquisite.
Miss, the ruby on your chest is quite special. May I take a look?
Everyone, don't be fooled by her. She's just a poor employee at my company. That brooch of hers is a fake. Look at mine. Look at mine. This is the real deal.
Miss Stewart's piece is indeed beautiful. I heard she bought the heart of Satan at Sotheby's half a year ago.
Chloe, how dare a poor rich like you wear a ruby? That knockoff of yours isn't even worth $5. My friend told me it's a high-quality imitation. I never claimed it was real. Even an imitation doesn't deserve to be worn by you. Take it off.
Stay away from me.
Still pretending? I'll tear off your fake facade today.
Careful, ladies. The hem of your dress got wet, miss.
You are...
That waiter did it on purpose! I want to file a complaint!
Enough, Miss Stewart. Where is your brooch?
What? What happened?
My frozen! It fell into the water! Ah!
The cut of this brooch is crude and the ruby is synthetic. It's a fake, worth most $500.
Impossible! I bought it at Sotheby's for $1.6 million half a year ago.
Sotheby's auction records can be checked. If you really bought it, please show the certificate.
She never had the real one. She's been lying all along.
So what if mine is fake? Yours is fake too. That thing your poor friend gave you, could it possibly be real?
Miss Chloe, may I take a look at the one on your chest?
My friend told me this is also a high-quality replica. Please, take a look.
This movie has a naturus blood pigeons vligens. Cut is a unique technique of the Walker family from the 19th century, long lost.
What do you mean?
This brooch is not a high-quality replica. This is the genuine heart of Satan, missed for half-century. That's estimated judge never buy 3 museums like this.
Impossible. How could a poor woman like her have the real thing? Are you sure? My friend said it was a $50 replica.
Miss Chloe, your friend played a very expensive joke. Please, keep this brooch safe.
Miss Chloe, it was all a misunderstanding just now. Your elegance matched this brooch perfectly.
Miss Walker, I wonder when you might be free to discuss insurance and security arrangements.
What? Leo is sick? I'm coming right back. Alexander! Where are you? Alexander! Where are you?
I'm here. I'll take you.
Leo is sick. Hurry.
Come on, get in.
I can't believe this is happening.
He's not answering.
Don't panic. He might have fallen asleep.
That brooch? The appraiser said it's genuine. Didn't you say it was a $50 knockoff?
Chloe, now is not the time for explanations. Let's get Leo to the hospital first.
How many more things are you hiding from me?
Hold on tight. Stay put. Don't get out. Leave no one. Mr. Alexander, Miss Chloe, please change cars. I'll take you to the hospital. Leo is sick. To Walker Medical Center. Notify the direct to prepare for emergency treatment. Yes, sir.
Walker Medical Center? That's yours?
Let's save Leo first.
Leo! Leo, wake up. Don't scare Mommy.
The apartment is too far from the hospital. We can't wait for an ambulance.
What do we do then?
Have the helicopter land on the rooftop. Notify Walker Medical Center to initiate emergency response. Yes.
Miss Walker, everything is ready.
The dean called you Mr. Walker. Who are you, really? The child has Bomba blood type. The blood bank has no stock. An emergency blood transfusion is required. I'm his biological mother, but I'm Rh positive. Where is the child's father?
Take mine. I have Bombo blood type.
Nurse, is there enough blood? If not, please keep looking. I beg you, save Leo.
Miss, this gentleman's blood type is a perfect match for your child. He's saving your child right now.
Alexander, what's wrong with you? Thank you for saving Leo, but why are you looking at me like that?
The Bomboy blood type is extremely rare. How is it such a coincidence that both Leo and I have it? 5 years ago, the Angel Hotel, the top floor presidential suite. That night's masquerade ball.
How do you know about that?
Chloe, tell me, was it you that night 5 years ago?
Yes. I went to the wrong room that night.
I've been looking for you for 5 years.
You were never some poor driver. This hospital, the helicopter, the jewelry, it's all yours?
I just wanted to protect you as an ordinary man.
Protect? You watched me beg for Leo's medical bills, get humiliated and trampled by Vivian. Did it feel like watching a reality go to you?
It wasn't like that. I was afraid my identity would push you away.
Compared to the bastard who disappeared for 5 years, I hate the billionaire liar even more.
Mr. Walker, the blood bags have been delivered. Youngstrom Leo's vital state are spendy.
Alexander, even if you saved Leo, you still disgust me. That night 5 years ago, I'll just consider it as being bitten by a dog. Leo doesn't need a father full of lies. Once he wakes up, we're leaving.
He's my flesh and blood. You can't take him away.
What? The Walker billionaire plans to snatch my only support? Then let's see if you have more checks in your hand, or if my life is tougher.
Uncle Alexander.
Leo, you're awake. Are you feeling unwell anywhere?
The nurse said you gave me your blood. Your blood is flowing into my body now. Will that make us closer?
We were already close. I'm sorry I'm 5 years late. I'm your father.
So those sports cars, the black cards, they weren't props? You've been lying to me and Mommy all along?
Yes, I was afraid the truth would shatter the peace. I promise, as your father, I'll spend the rest of my life protecting you both.
The word dad comes at a high price. Your absence for these 5 years can't be made up with a few bags of blood.
I know. I'll wait.
It's good that Leo is awake. Mr. Walker, the child is out of danger now. You can return to your castle.
I'm not leaving. I'm staying right here.
Uncle, your heartbeat is too loud. It's disturbing my sleep.
All of New York is laughing at me!
Miss, I found out. Chloe's son was admitted to the emergency room last night. Even the helicopter from Walker Medical Center was dispatched.
A helicopter? How does Chloe have that kind of pull? Is this the Jingtration? I want to report a case of embezzlement involving tens of millions of dollars.
Vivian has contacted the Economic Crime Investigation Unit, targeting Miss Chloe. Hasn't Vivian learned her lesson yet?
Mr. Walker, please stay away from us.
Who is Chloe? We've received a report that you are suspected of illegally misappropriating company property, including a haute couture gown and ruby jewelry.
I didn't steal those.
Please come with us to assist in the investigation. The amount involved is huge, and you could face over 10 years in prison.
Please cooperate. Resorting to force? You'll have to ask the Walker Group's legal team first. I want the legal director here at the hospital within 5 minutes.
Mr. Walker, I'm here.
Who are you? Legal director of Allura Design Studio. The accusation against Miss Chloe for illegal appropriation of property is completely unfounded.
The report claims the gown and jewelry weren't logged into the accounts.
This is the gift agreement and tax filing. The gown was unanimously approved by the board of directors and gifted to Ms. Chloe as a special reward.
Still not leaving?
A misunderstanding. We'll verify the informant.
Since when did Alara have such a special reward?
I'm the largest shareholder of Alara. If I say it's a gift, then it's a gift. Chloe, it's okay now. I'm here. No one can take you away.
Yes, Mr. Walker can do anything. Was pretending to be poor and deceiving me just a pastime for you when you were bored?
No. My feelings for you and Leo are real.
Watching me stay up late drafting designs? Being humiliated by Vivian? Did you enjoy the show?
I just wanted you to accept it gradually.
Enough. I don't want to see Mr. Walker again until Leo is discharged from the hospital.
It's all clear now. Vivian has been laundering money and embezzling Dard Samagomi funds. Jonjuland complete, we gave her the gist appointment.
She likes reporting others, so let her spend enough time in prison. What about the Stewart family? Either cut ties voluntarily, or let the entire family be buried with her. Understood. I want her to spend the rest of her life in remorse.
Mommy, did you chase Uncle Alexander away?
He's not an uncle. He's the CEO of the Walker Group.
I figured it out a long time ago. Only the richest man would give a toy that can track satellites. Mommy, he's a liar. If you don't like him, we can move somewhere else to live.
How dare Vivian embezzle this much public funds?
Mr. Walker has no patience to wait for a court verdict. In 10 minutes, the Walker Group will launch a full-scale short sale of Stewart stocks.
Uncle, save me! I invested for the sake of the family.
Shut up. From now on, Vivian is stripped of all her positions, her surname is revoked, and she is expelled from the family. The Stewart family has no place for a fool like you.
What? Oh my god, look at that.
I can't believe this.
Darling, it's Vivian. I need money. Hello? Hello? Let me go! I'm a socialite!
Mr. Walker says you should experience life at the bottom properly.
There's no Miss Stewart here. Your number is 9527. Go wash that pile of moldy synthetic fabric. No food until you finish.
Chloe, Leo just recovered and shouldn't be exposed to the wind. Let me drive you back to the apartment.
Mr. Walker, your car is too expensive for us to afford.
Do you have to draw such a clear line? I am Leo's father.
You're the boss of Allura Design Studio, and I'm your employee. I'll be back at the company next week to end my leave. In our personal lives, we owe each other nothing.
See you soon. Leo, remember to take your medicine on time. Sir, you and young Master Leo are father and son after all. He will definitely acknowledge you. I've been absent for these 5 years. To win them back, I really need to put in more effort.
Daddy, oh Daddy, since you're the richest man, let me first check your asset list to see if you're qualified to be Mommy's personal ATA.
Leo, no more playing games. Come and have your porridge.
Got it, Mommy.
Miss Chloe, welcome back to the company. Your private elevator is ready. Chloe, I made this especially for you.
You shouldn't be doing such heavy lifting yourself.
Are you all okay? I'm just back to work from leave.
Chloe, the whole of New York is buzzing. The head of the Walker Group spent a fortune to buy the entire Alara just to make you happy. You're our boss's wife now.
Enough. Mr. Walker's purchase of the company is his business investment and has nothing to do with me. In the design department, we judge by work, not gossip. Anyone who spreads rumors again will be held accountable.
Miss Chloe, the boss is in a meeting. He instructed that if you came, you could go right
in and throw my weight around as the boss's wife? No need.
Chloe, you're here. How's the office? If you don't like it, I'll have it redecorated.
Mr. Walker, because of your grand gesture, I've become the company's monkey show. I'm formally notifying you. If you interfere with my work environment again, I'll resign immediately.
I just want to give you the best. To make up for...
Compensation isn't charity. I'm a designer, not your canary. At Alara, I speak only through my work.
Fine. I promise. No special privileges. But I have one condition, too.
What condition?
Don't refuse my kindness towards you. Mr. Walker, regarding next quarter's... 5 more minutes. The meeting won't start until everyone is here.
Sorry, the elevator was crowded. I'm late.
It's fine. I actually wanted to wait a bit longer. The view is good here. Sit here.
What about the promise of no special treatment?
This is courtesy, not special treatment. This is design proposal for next quarter. This trashy design is worthy of Alara's label. Redo it.
Mr. Walker, any questions?
A big problem. Such an excellent design is wasted on the marketing department. Triple the design department's budget and have all fabrics air-shipped from Italy.
Alexander, your chair-pulling act in the meeting pushed my urge to resign to its peak.
I'm the CEO. Isn't it my duty to take care of outstanding employees? Besides, if you resign, Alara would be worthless to me.
Unreasonable.
Turn it off! Whose kid are you?
Don't bother. Unless I manually unlock it, all the screens in the building will keep playing this on a loop. Tell Alexander to come out. He owes my mom 5 years of child support that hasn't been settled yet. If he doesn't show up, the next patch released will be his shower videos.
Leo.
Mr. Walker, your PR team is going to be working overtime today.
Did you do this?
Child support, emotional damages, and all the tears my mom said. Which exchange rate are you planning to use to calculate that?
All the properties, equity, and private vaults under my name, I'll transfer them all to you. The exchange rate is a Walker's lifetime. Is that enough?
Know when to stop. If you keep this up, all of New York will think this CEO is a professional plumber.
The photos are embarrassing, but you look much better fixing a toilet than you do in meetings.
As long as you like it. Everyone, a formal introduction.
This little genius who hacked my system and looked down on my toilet-fixing kicks is called Leo Walker. So,
From today on, he is my sole heir, with the highest authority in the Walker Group. In the future, whichever screen he feels like hacking, he can go right ahead.
Alexander, are you crazy? He's only 4 years old.
he hacked my firewall at 4. Given time, the whole world will be his. Instead of asking for child support, better learn how to create wealth.
Sir, this is the acquisition contract for that raw material supplier that once humiliated Miss Chloe. With this one stroke, that company disappears. To protect Mommy, besides hacking skills, you also need the power of capital.
So, this is what you do every day sitting here?
Most of the time. Pretty boring, right?
It's cool. No wonder Mommy says a truly strong person doesn't need to speak loudly.
Hey, Mr. Curiosity.
Scared?
Is it true what
Afraid I'll
they've
corrupt
been
him?
saying about you?
I'm afraid he'll be too much like
Are
you.
you killing me?
What's wrong with being like me?
took
I'll
care
pave
of the
every
cat
road for
already.
him. So he never
And for
every road
those
for
who
him, so he
think
never
it's
has to
happy,
struggle like
is
you
it
did
the
before.
truth? Or is it only gossip?
Get back here and put
Call
out the
it
fire!
mystery or
It seems my heir
anything,
hasn't learned to call
just
me
as
Dad
long
yet,
as
but
you'd
he's
call
already
me.
learned to be my boss.
Miss Chloe, your designs are exquisite, but they lack the bone structure and alluredness that top-tier luxury goods should possess.
Mr. Pierre, this lady is Mr. Walker's. I only look at the work, nothing else.
Mr. Pierre, please give me another chance. I'll redesign it.
3 days. If you can't deliver something that satisfies me by then, forget about the collaboration.
Go tell Pierre that if he wants to keep his studio in Paris, he'd better stop insulting my woman. Sir, if you intervene now, even if Miss Chloe wins, she'll feel it's charity. What she's most proud of is her design. You're right, she should be a star that shines on its own, not an accessory of mine. Use an anonymous email to send her this set of color charts. Understood.
Light from the depths. I understand now.
Here's the new draft.
This is the true soul. Who inspired you?
A stranger who understands me but doesn't disturb me.
Approved. I'll personally push this batch of designs.
Hello, I'm Chloe from Allura. Regarding that batch of rare fibers,
Miss Chloe, long time no see.
it's you? I have nothing to discuss with the Stewart family.
You drove my niece into the slums. You got the Stewart family suppressed by the Walkers. Do you think you can just walk out of this door today?
Let go. Alexander won't let you get away with this.
He's in a board meeting right now. What can he do if I do something to you and then ship you out of the country?
Ah!
Get off!
No!
Bernard, how do you want to die? Notify the traders. I want all Stewart subsidiary stocks to hit the lower limit within 3 minutes. Yes, sir. It's okay. You're not in a good state. I'm taking you home to stay.
That night 5 years ago, the date 06118.
Since when have you been looking for me?
Since the moment I woke up and found you gone. I thought it was just a one-night stand, but I realized I couldn't let you go.
Which me do you really like? The one from 5 years ago or the one in this fake marriage with you?
Both are you. I fell in love with the same soul. Chloe, other than you, I haven't touched another woman.
Since Mommy has forgiven you,
Alexander, you fool.
I guess I'll reluctantly give you full coids.
Grandma, why did you return ahead of schedule?
If I didn't come back soon, the heir of the Walker family would be corrupted by some woman of unknown origin.
Alexander, it's been so many years. Do you still remember? The birthday gift you gave me when I was 10 was a dress sketch you drew yourself. You said no one else was worthy of wearing clothes you designed.
That was just childhood make-believe. Miss Sophie, having too good of memory can be a burden.
Enough. Where's Leo? I want to see my great-grandson.
Great-grandmom, if you're thinking of finding Dad a different taste, you'll need to find someone smarter than my mommy. Otherwise, I'm very worried about the IQ of my future siblings.
You little brat.
Alexander, come with me to the study.
Okay.
Don't think having a son secures your position as Mrs. Walker. A commoner like you can't possibly bring any real advantage to Alexander. Miss Sophie, instead of worrying about me, you should worry about your makeup. The foundation is too thick. It tends to crack when you get angry. We'll see about that. Well, if it isn't the future lady of the house. Didn't Alexander get you a driver? You have to drag your kid to a place like this yourself? The mall is open for business. If you can come, Miss Sophie, naturally I can too. The Walker family is a century-old prestigious name valuing pure bloodlines. Women like you who clawed their way up from the bottom and the children you bear lower the entire family standard. Sophie,
Auntie Sophie, that bag in your hand is really pretty.
Kid, you have good taste. A Hermeris limited to 3 pieces worldwide. Your mother could never afford one in her lifetime.
Is that so? I think it's quite unique too.
My bag! The limited edition! You little brat!
Sorry, Auntie Sophie. My dad usually only uses bags with tacky colors and styles that went out of season 3 years ago to hold trash.
Who are you calling trash? Do you have any idea how much this bag costs?
All I know is, I've already recorded what you just said to insult my mommy and sent it to my dad. Guess what he'll do first? Feel sorry for your bag or bankrupt your family?
Miss Sophie, the color of this bag is indeed from the collection 2 years ago. Leo, the trash can is up ahead. Don't just throw away this kind of junk anywhere in the future. It causes trouble for the staff.
Got it, Mommy. Wow. Did Dad rob every flower shop in New York?
Chloe, I know the Walker name has been a shackle for you, but I hope I can be your harbor. I missed my chance 5 years ago. For the rest of my life, can I apply for a permanent position?
A permanent position comes with a probation period.
I'll wait however long it takes. I'd wait a lifetime.
Dad, what's the point of just kneeling? Put the ring on first. Otherwise, by tomorrow, all these roses will have wilted.
Then it depends on your performance from now on.
Thank you, Chloe. Thank you for saying yes.
Have a seat.
The amount on this check is enough for you to buy 3 estates in Europe. Take it and leave New York with the child.
Grandma. Great-grandma, handwritten checks are too much trouble. Keep this card. The pin is my mommy's birthday, and there's no spending limit.
Where did you get this card? This is Alexander's personal primary card.
My dad said he's in charge of making money, Mommy's in charge of managing it, and I'm in charge of supervising Dad so he doesn't spend recklessly.
Alexander, he handed over the financial reins to you?
Grandma, money can't buy my feelings, and it certainly can't buy Leo's father.
Grandma, if you need a pension, just say the word. But if you're trying to mess with my wife and son, that's not happening.
Since you're fine, we'll go prepare tomorrow's dinner party first. When did you give Leo your primary card? What if he really spent hundreds of millions for Grandma?
That would just mean my son is generous, like me.
Don't worry, Mommy. I set a spending limit on that card. Every transaction needs my phone approval.
Everyone, before the banquet begins, I've prepared a video to give you a deeper understanding of the future Mrs. Walker.
A lowly waitress like that is actually going to enter the Walker family.
Chloe, this greasy, smoke-filled past is your true colors.
Miss Sophie, you've gone to a lot of trouble. I watch this video once every day in my study. It reminds me how incredible my wife was during the 5 years I was absent. Some rely on family legacy, others on arranged marriages. But Chloe, in her most difficult days, relied on her own 2 hands and her backbone. This kind of resilience is exactly the character the Walker family needs. That version of her is more dazzling than anyone in haute couture. Since Miss Sophie has provided the entertainment, I'll announce something too. On the 18th of next month, Chloe and I will hold our wedding. Anyone who objects can leave the Walker family's social circle right now.
If your father sent you to plead for him, you can leave. The threshold of the Walker family isn't something you can cross just by attending one dinner party.
Great-grandma, is this an 18th century particularly unique piece? The balance wheel is installed backwards. No wonder it's not running.
You understand mechanical watches?
Let's make a bet. If I can make it tick again, you have to admit that my mommy raised me exceptionally well.
If you break it, you'll obediently go to etiquette school. Deal?
Sophie always says my mommy's common. He didn't know that my mommy once worked times at a wop shop to support me. With these set gonju to be has polished. Great-grandma, if you insist on clinging to the old rules, the future of the Walker family will be like this clock, only good for display in a museum, unable to move forward.
Truly a child of my Walker family.
So, will you attend my parents' pre-wedding cocktail party tomorrow?
I'll attend.
Grandma, esteemed board members, you've all been deceived. Chloe is a promiscuous woman. I have proof. Everyone, look. This is late last Friday night. Chloe appeared at the Peninsula Hotel, entered a top-floor suite with a man, and didn't come out all night. I was indeed at the hotel that night, but you admit it? Alexander, the woman you dote of, is bringing disgrace to the Walker family.
Sophie, I've given you many chances to leave New York. Since you enjoy watching videos, Kevin, play the full version. That night, I was take my wife to Shista the Jodian's Roshan Gress. He cut out the party minutes after we fabric an affair. You cut out the 20 minutes before and after to fabricate an affair.
You didn't even check whose territory it was before trying to frame someone. No. I just didn't want to see Alex being deceived.
Sophie. Sophie, you've disappointed me greatly. From today onward, you will have no further connection with the Walker family.
Madam, as per your instructions, we've audited the Stewart family's cross-border trade over the past 3 years. They have massive false declarations in their tax haven in San Ramiro.
Sophie said, I only know how to behind by Alexander. Well, I'll show her what else a designer's eyes can see besides colors. How many dirty loopholes there are. With your half-devouring police there.
This kind of trivial tour, I could solve at scrap of my fingers.
No, I want to slap her back myself. Since she values her noble heritage so much, I'll personally strip the Stewart family of this hypocritical facade.
It's over. All the hidden accounts have been precisely targeted. This is going to be the death of us.
How could this happen? Alexander didn't make a move.
It wasn't Alexander. The name signed on the whistleblower report is Chloe's.
Chloe, please spare my family.
The tax bureau is just following the law. You should beg the judge, not me.
I was wrong. I shouldn't have fabricated that video, shouldn't have humiliated Leo. Please withdraw the report.
When you were mocking my humble origins, you should have realized that commoners learn more skills to survive than you can imagine.
I'll leave New York. I'll never show up again. I beg you.
Your apology is worthless. Chloe not finishing you off is her mercy. But I have no mercy. Throw her out. The dismantling procedure for the Sophie Carrington family must commence today.
Welcome, Mrs. Walker.
The access here. When did you add my biometrics?
From the day I decided you were the one, this place has been yours.
Is this the deep blue star from the Victorian era?
These I've been collecting since I was 18 and took over the group for my future wife. This was left by my mother before she passed away. She said, when I meet the girl for whom I'd give up all my pride to protect, I should put it around her neck. Chloe, the outside world thinks I'm giving you wealth. What I'm really giving you is all my humility and loyalty.
These things are too heavy. So heavy it feels like I'm dreaming.
Then never wake up. The vault the Walker family has guarded for centuries doesn't guard money, but the soul that keeps this family alive. And my soul is in your hands.
Miss Vivian, it took considerable effort to get you out of that place. I hope what you're offering is worth the price.
Mr. Morton, haven't you always wanted to see Alexander fall from grace? Chloe is his Achilles heel.
I will personally tear her reputation to shreds. Make her the biggest disgrace to the Walker family in front of the whole world.
Three more days. Nervous?
This is my first show as the lead designer. I absolutely cannot allow any mistakes.
The Morton Group has been acting strangely lately, frantically buying up ad spots for Fashion Week. If anything happens, remember I'm right behind you.
This time, I want to use my talent to protect you and the Walker family. Chloe, something's wrong. The open-owning model, Lisa, had severe stomach pain and was taken away by ambulance. The backup? Let the second one go on. The second backup sprined her ankle in the fitting room. Everyone backstage is panicking now, even if only one person is left. The show must start on time.
Alexander, the higher you stand, the harder you fall. Enjoy the show.
This is just the appetizer.
It's over, Chloe.
How dare they bring this quality to New York? Alara is a disgrace.
Get up. The dress is torn, and the zipper broke.
The tear is just the beginning.
That's photosensitive thermochromic fiber. She's wearing high-tech knuck.
This is impossible.
Is this the trap you set for me? Too weak.
You!
The crowd is already cheering for me, and you can only watch me ascend to the throne.
Kill her. That's my spot.
Rats in the gutter only deserve to gaze at the stars.
You are even more brilliant than I imagined, my queen.
This is just my first step into the fashion world.
In that case, don't blame me for being ruthless.
Walker Group stocks are being sold off in large volumes. The other side is shorting like crazy. The price has already broken through the support level. This is a suicide attack by the Morton Group. They want to take us down tonight. Everyone, this is the Supreme Commander dispatched by the board today.
If they want to play free fall, we'll just add some gravity for them.
Kid, this isn't a video game. This is a battle involving tens of billions of dollars.
The scale of the sell-off exceeds their reserved holdings. They're shorting by borrowing shares. Bluffing. Notify the secondary market to buy up all the sell orders.
Buy all of them? Our cash flow will dry up.
Launch multi-point counterattack hacks according to the coordinate system I provide. Then reverse the short squeeze. I want them to lose everything down to their underwear.
Boss, something's wrong. A terrifying force has appeared in the market, buying up shares like crazy.
Who is that? Where does the Walker family get that much cash?
Can't trace it, but the coding style is extremely bizarre, not like the Walker family's usual style at all.
You're late. The show's over.
That was quick. You wiped out the Morton family's savings in 30 minutes.
He's too dumb. Can't even calculate hedging probabilities.
If your operation had failed just now, the Walker Group's overseas accounts would have been wiped out instantly.
There's no such thing as accident in my dictionary.
This kid is even more ruthless than I was at his age.
I heard Morton had a heart attack and was rushed to the ER.
Mommy, he got scared by the numbers.
The Morton Group has already initiated bankruptcy procedures.
Was that your doing?
It's a gift from your son.
Walker! Alexander Walker! Won't even show your face? Sending a child to ruin me? Bankruptcy isn't the end. Come back, we can discuss debt restructuring. Debt restructuring? While that little devil Leo was buying out my shares, he sent my money laundering records to the FBI. Jumping is death. Not jumping is a life sentence. Herbert Morton, you are suspected of money laundering, stock manipulation, and cross-border financial fraud. You are under arrest.
Demon. That child is a demon.
Bankrupt? That old fox Morton couldn't even outplay a child?
Vivian, the Morton Group has fallen. The jewelry and property you mortgaged are ours now. Open the door.
Get lost! Alexander, you treat that bastard as the apple of your is. If he disappears, what kind of state will Chloe be driven to? Since I'm living in hell, let's all go to hell together.
What did you say? You lost Leo?
Is Leo in trouble? Chloe, do you see your precious son? Leo is sleeping soundly. Vivian, what do you want? Name your price. I want you to kneel and return the heart of Satan to me! It's the symbol of the Walker family's mistress. It belongs to me.
I'm not a blending your groweth.
Vivian, you're asking for death.
I've had nothing left for a long time. You have 1 hour to prepare the brooch and $100 million in cash. Only Chloe comes alone. If I see any police or bodyguards, I'll put a hole in that little bastard. Soon, your mommy will be kneeling at my feet begging me. As long as she's dead, I'll still be Mrs. Walker.
Aunt Vivian, there's a huge flaw in your logic. The look in Daddy's eyes just now was about killing you, not marrying you.
Shut up! What would a bastard like you know?
This low-quality beeger has insufficient coverty. If you want to waste my daddy, you should go to the sea end and Maya Dogwing Idra the Jobiadolf.
I told you to shut up!
Why don't we discuss why you're so obsessed with my dad?
The signal is precise. Leo was deliberately talking to Vivian to enhance the location using sound waves.
Vivian underestimated Leo, and Vivian underestimated the Walker family genes.
1 kilometer left. Proceed as planned. I'll make sure Vivian knows the consequences of touching my son.
They're here.
What? Stop! Throw the case over here. And the brooch! Take it off and throw to me! Everything's here. Don't let your hand shake. If you hurt him, you won't walk out of here. Walk out? I want to watch you and your son die together.
Don't be afraid. Daddy's here.
Daddy's bleeding. I'm sorry, Daddy.
It doesn't hurt. For Leo, this little injury is nothing.
Mr. Walker, what is the final verdict today in Vivian's kidnapping case?
The law will deliver the punishment it deserves.
Mr. Walker, what is the final verdict today in Vivian's kidnapping case?
Defendant Vivian Stewart, found guilty on multiple charges with conclusive evidence, is hereby sentenced to life imprisonment.
No! I am Mrs. Walker. That child is a bastard! How dare you lock me up! Alexander, save me! The gem? That's my gem. Alexander said it was my betrothal gift. Beautiful, isn't it? Chloe, look, this is all my heart.
She's gone mad.
Dad!
All right, crybaby. The doctor said it was just a few stitches. I'm not gonna die.
The bad guys are caught. Dad, you're not allowed to bleed anymore.
From now on, let the bodyguards handle this kind of heroics.
The bodyguards protect the heir of the Walker Group. I protect my son and you.
And me. I'm the glue in the middle.
The matter with Vivian is completely over.
Just cleared out some trash. I'll make up for all the suffering you endured raising him those 5 years, bit by bit.
Make up? How does Mr. Wager plan to do that?
Starting with a grand wedding that will shut up all of New York. How about that?
Who said I'd marry you? I'm a famous designer now.
Next. You're too serious. Not suitable to be a groomsman. Disqualified.
Not done yet? These are my pre-selected groomsmen candidates.
Daddy, this uncle is too handsome. It'll distract Mommy from looking at you. No.
Too handsome is also a problem?
This one is too old-fashioned, dragging down the average score of the groomsman team.
Then who do you pick?
I've already filtered out those who meet the basic criteria. The rest need to be tested for physical strength, who can help Mommy block any ill-intentioned champagne on the wedding day.
All right. I'll leave it all to you, the wedding supervisor. By the way, your grandpa's plane just landed.
That kid Alexander, the chocolate he's hiding tastes really good.
That's imported handmade candy Alexander bought for Leo.
No wonder it's so delicious.
Grandpa!
Grandson, let me tell you a secret. Your daddy has 3 encrypted accounts in a Swiss bank. The password is your mommy's birthday plus your fingerprint.
Got it. Grandpa, should I take over Mommy's fund accounts while I'm at it?
No way. Your mummy's money is hers, and your daddy's money is hers too. We can only legally inherit from your daddy's pocket.
Chloe, I feel a bit dizzy. It might be a lingering effect from rescuing Leo the other day.
No fever.
This kind of illness can only be cured if you stay by my side.
Move aside. Got a cold, huh? This is an onion and bitter gari mixed thick soup I brought back from South America, specifically for pretentious illnesses. Brat, even faking a cold? I just saw you doing 50 one-handed push-ups by the door.
Oh? One-handed push-ups?
Dad, you really are my biological father. Chloe, it's been too noisy these past few days. Tonight it's just us.
Are you sure Leo is asleep?
I saw the assistant take him into the Lego room with my own eyes. He won't be out for at least 3 hours.
Mommy! Grandpa said lobster tastes worse when it's cold. We're here to help you share the burden.
Alexander, this wine is a perfect match for the lobster.
How did you get out?
Daddy, the electronic lock code for the Lego room was too simple. I cracked it in 3 seconds.
Eat more, Leo. It's good for your brain. Take over your dad's company sooner and make him unemployed.
Thank you, Grandpa. I've already written a takeover plan. The first evil to cut Daddy's a leakin'.
When I Bobby Missering.
That shrink was Yuan Bolt.
Don't be silly. Our son is growing.
My romantic date.
When Leo had a fever at 2, Chloe was washing dishes at the restaurant and couldn't get back in time. I had already sent a private doctor in disguised as a community health volunteer. Thankfully, it was a false alarm. The day Leo was born, it was raining heavily in London. That child, Chloe, is so stubborn. She'd rather suffer in pain than ask for help. I booked all the rooms next to hers and had the medical team on standby around the clock.
Oh, dear. The study is so dusty, it's irritating your eyes.
Dad, why didn't you tell me?
I was afraid you wouldn't accept Alexander and would move away again. This old man can't handle globe-wadding anymore. That brat Alexander was a scoundrel before, but I, Richard, can't be without a daughter-in-law. It hurt me to see you suffer, so I could only bribe your employers to give you bigger bosses and bribe the agents to lower your rent.
No wonder my part-time wages were always double everyone else's back then.
Of course. My granddaughter-in-law, how could she really be scrubbing dishes?
So you actually found her very soon after that night 5 years ago?
So what? At that time, all you could think about was expanding the group. If I had brought her back directly, you would have definitely treated her as a corporate spy.
So you even hid it from me?
I had to find the right time for you to meet.
So, when we first met, you weren't really suffering from low blood sugar? You just wanted an excuse for us to meet?
I knew you were a kind girl. You would definitely help me.
Dad, you really are an old fox.
How else could I get you two together willingly?
I thought my acting as a poor man was Oscar-worthy, but in front of you, I was just a clown.
Enough. If it weren't for this all hoozing up behind the scenes, you'd still be rolling around in cold data. Where would you find such a beautiful wife and such a smart grandson?
Yes, the outcome is good.
Thank you, Dad. I found you in the end.
Thank you both, too.
In a view, I can enrelic my shudgy smunks. I want to create my own private pimpai.
Whatever you do, we will support you. $1 billion, invest in Chloe's private brand under the name of a third-party offshore fund. Leave no trace of the Walker family. Understood. But Miss Chloe is sharp. What if she finds out? Long as she don't ask, act as though nothing happened. She wants to conquer the world with her talent. All I can do is give her the strongest backing in the world.
Chloe! The Onimus Matozid has arrived. The invitation the Parawation Mindwing Proviz is also there. The Untolza hit the account this morning, and the invitation came in the mail just now. Hold the investment for now. Did you find out the source? It's a Nordic investment institution. They say they're very optimistic about your design potential. Nordic? Or the Walker family wearing a Nordic disguise? Tell the judging committee I'll participate in the blind select. Tear off the labels, don't enter an uncladding told, sir. I'll let my work speak for itself.
These lines. It's pure genius. Which master has reinvented themselves?
I haven't seen such genius design in a long time.
She turned down the family's investment and insisted on a blind selection. So arrogant. What if she embarrasses the Walker family?
A designer with no heritage doesn't deserve the crown.
Just now I heard someone talking about heritage. My close friend told me that this year's blind selection had one piece that made those picky old tropes clamor to place orders. The creator of that garment didn't use a single cent from the Walker family.
Heirloom crown?
Chloe, I underestimated your ambition before. The Walker family doesn't need a vase that only clings to a man. We need a mistress who can hold up the own the sky on her Hairley. From today on, anyone who questions Chloe's status is question this old woman.
Thank you, Grandma. More than the crown, I want the Walker name to be enhanced by my designs.
Chloe, you will always be my pride.
We used to look at design, now we look at soul. Chloe has given life to the fabric.
The inspiration for this collection comes from the darkest 5 years of my life. The light never disappeared. It was just waiting for us to become brighter ourselves.
Mommy, look at me! I'm here!
You little rascal. The banner is crooked. Move it a bit to the left so your mommy can see it clearly. Congratulations, Mrs. Walker. From today on, the whole world will remember your name, not just as Alexander's wife.
And me! I'm the Queen's chief financial officer.
Was this high-profile way of showing support taught to you by Grandpa?
No, I'm a natural. I just want everyone to know that the light on the stage belongs to everyone, but the one who shines is mine.
Daddy, Mommy is a superstar now. Should we hire more bodyguards to Pahota?
No need. From today on, I'll be her personal bodyguard for life.
All right, don't just sit there. Chloe, hurry up and sign, will you? I still have to go feed the fish in the Maldives this afternoon.
Dad, these authentic works by Picasso, Van Gogh, and the private museum, their value is staggering. I can't accept them.
Dad, you've given everything to her. All I have left under my name are the shares and real estate of the Walker Group.
Exactly, because you're too rich. Men with too much money tend to go bad.
All I've done these years is work and chase after my wife? What kind of bad thoughts could I possibly have?
Kid, this is called risk management. With my money law for the Shotings, if he ever make you with any, you can just kick him out and let a just varied pickup truck.
Dad, teeny take of Alexander.
This is the Walker, the fine trendition. Your dad just after backing me the same way.
My dear wife, not only am I at the bottom of the favor pine order, but my fernzition about to below this family plus words.
Don't worry, Mr. Walker. If you behave well, I might consider giving you a little more pocket money each month.
Mommy, Grandpa gave me the keys to his private jet, too. He said we can fly wherever we want from now on.
No matter where you fly, remember to come back. Miss Chloe, may I have this dance? Who's that man in the blue suit? He's already spoken to Chloe 3 times and laughed twice.
That's this year's rising male model. With those abs, Alexander, it's right for you to feel threatened. Enough talk, watch this.
Dad, this behavior is very unbecoming of a billionaire. If Mom finds out, your Lauet-Sexumention will be rejected out.
I'm protecting your mom. What if someone tries to get her drunk?
Mom can drink half the group under the table.
He's going to hold her hand. Leo, where's the jammer?
The jammer is for dealing with corporate spies, not for cutting off party music.
Enough talk. Watch this.
Alexander, explain something. Why is the busiest CEO in the world along with his grandfather and son hiding in the bushes outside my party?
Taking a walk. At the Manor Air 2 stuff. Just taking a stroll.
Right. Just happened to walk 20 kilometers.
But wording our lesson.
And passed by.
Mommy, Daddy said he's going to throw that guy in the blue suit to Africa to feed the lions.
All right, since you're all here, stop feeding the mosquitoes. Mr. Walker, since you have so much free time, why don't you, as my family member, pick up the tab for tonight?
No problem. Put everyone's bill tonight on the Walker Foundation. Oh no, on my personal account.
See? Men always have to rely on paying the bill to save face in the end.
Leo, give mommy to me.
Mr. Alexander Walker, before the handover, I need to fulfill my final duty as her guardian. For the past 5 years, I've been the one taking care of Mommy. If you make her shed a single tear, or if you make her feel wronged, I'll take her and Grandpa on a trip around the world. I'll hack all your coordinates and leave you alone to guard your shares of the Walker Group for the rest of your life.
I promise, even if I end up with nothing, I will never let her suffer the slightest wheat mitch.
Deal. If you go back on your word, I'll personally initiate the disment plan.
"5 years ago in that hotel, I met a girl covered in scars but with a stubborn look in her eyes. That day, I thought it was just an accident. For the past 5 years, I thought owning the Walker Group and endless wealth made me the world's winner. It wasn't until you brought Leo back into my life that I realized the old me was a pewiter who had nothing but money. Your resilience, Leo's intelligence, and the family you've given me have filled those cold, hard numbers with meaning. Chloe, thank you for making this pewiter feel like he owns the whole world."
Now that you're the richest man in the world, you're not allowed to lie to me ever again.
As you command, my queen.
Dad, the profit margin on this restructuring plan is too low. I've rejected it.
Brat, that's just for you to practice on. If you set the bar high, all the managers will retire.
Listen up, little one. I'm your big brother, and I'll be your only support in the future.
Leo, he's sleeping.
Mom, prenatal education should early start. I'm teaching him the woven by Grandpa's pads right now. Remember, that man named Alexander is very cunning. He'll use excuses like being sick or having business dinners to Ropsapiley Mom's Sigan. After you're born, we'll take turns guarding Mom and not let him take her alone for a couple's world.
Enough. Your sister isn't even born yet, and you're already inciting her to rebel?
Grandpa said that Walker men are born with a territorial instinct. Mom is my territory.
Don't listen to your grandpa's nonsense. He's teaching you that because he can't win against me. Chloe, once this little one is out, let's go to Antarctica to see penguins. We won't take these two mood-carrying guys.
Mom, look! Dad's true colors are showing. Daddy, your reaction time is getting slower.
Ha! That's just me letting you win. Go!
Mommy likes silk. You got the wrong one.
It's cold at night. She needs cashmere. Don't block my way. Everyone, look at the camera. 3, 2, 1, cheers!